Manchester United are on a bit of a high at the moment. Things are going fairly well for us, and there's a pretty good mood around the place. Unbeaten in the new year, securing victories in our last 4 league games. The most recent game against Luton, it was narrow, but we clinched a 2-1 victory. A very difficult place to go in Kenilworth Road. And the team's overall success in recent weeks has just not really been met with sustainability questions, but also struggles about one player in particular, hinting at maybe a less than ideal trajectory for his United career. And that's Diallo. Now, the Ivorian wonderkid made headlines back in 2019 when he had a stellar debut for Atalanta at the age of 17. His talent caught the eye at Manchester United, and that led to a substantial outlay of somewhere in the region of £37 million deal to bring him in January 2021. Joining the United Academy, Diallo quickly managed to display his abilities. He outclassed teammates and opposition in youth games, and it saw him being fast-tracked into opportunities with the first team. Diallo's first and maybe only real significant appearance for Manchester United came in the Europa League against AC Milan. He came on as a substitute, and he made an immediate impact with a goal. A clever backwards header that was much of an indicator of technicality and IQ that Amad has to his game. But that moment has proven to be the only highlight of his Manchester United career so far, certainly in a United shirt. A recent quote from Amad said, "When I scored against Milan, there were no fans in Old Trafford as it was during COVID. The fans are back now, and I hope that I can score, and I hope it's a winner that I can celebrate with supporters because I like celebrating with them." Diallo's development has taken different turns with loan spells. He had a stint at Rangers, which saw basically no playing time given, and then a subsequent loan to Sunderland in the Championship, where a lot of people, including myself, got very excited. The level of performance and the ability displayed in what is one of the toughest leagues to play or trade in world football got everybody excited. He was even dubbed unplayable by some journalists in that electric year that he spent at Sunderland. But then injuries and limited opportunities in the current season seem to have really hindered the progress that was made at Sunderland. Right then, folks, our pals at Surfshark are on board to bring you this video, and they're here to be bringing your online safety too. Surfshark is like your VIP pass to the internet, encrypting all your data so nobody can mess with it. Plus, they even make it look like you're chilling from a different part of the world altogether. Here's why I think you'll love Surfshark. You can unblock, block websites and dodge those pesky geo restrictions. If you want to binge something that is on BBC iPlayer or Netflix when you're across the pond, Surfshark's got you covered. There's also 3,200 servers in 100 different countries, so you can catch sports streams from anywhere in the world. And while you're streaming, the Clean Web feature kicks in to keep those annoying ads and malware at bay, giving you a worry-free viewing experience. One account covers all your devices, whether it's a phone, whether it's a laptop, whatever, you name it, it does it. Stay secure online using Surfshark. The code Howson, HOWSON, gives you an extra 3 months free at surfshark.deals/Howson, or scan the QR code on screen. The link is down below, and remember, they have got your back with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just give it a whirl. You've got nothing to lose. Now, in that Sunderland system, Tony Mowbray's 4-2-3-1, it was very reliant on very fluid attacking players, and that included Diallo. Diallo started the season playing on the right-hand side of a front three, but as the season went on, he played as both a false nine and behind the striker in the number 10 sort of role. He started 27 games, and in that he scored 13 goals and got 3 assists, showing that he was probably more of a finisher than he was a creator from that sort of number 10 second striker kind of role. Fans were calling for him to be recalled, and the talent was clear for all to see. And he started to become a bit of a cult hero with the fans. Sunderland fans especially even gave him his own song. He played a massive role in Sunderland's success that season, even leading them to the playoffs. And he established himself as a very exceptional young talent playing in the world's most physical leagues. And the confidence that he would have got from that probably started reaching new heights, especially after the failure of the loan at Rangers. Now, many refer to Amad as a winger, and I do so myself. But I think it's probably unfair, and generalising him as a winger is probably incorrect because of the fluidity and versatility that he offers. He likes to tuck on the inside in that right half space, more of an inside forward than an out-and-out winger. And he definitely has the capability to play on the touchline if he wants to, but he seems to drift into that kind of area. And that doesn't really maximize his strength because he doesn't have the wide area that is. Going wide doesn't necessarily maximize his strength because he doesn't really have that electric burst of pace or acceleration or even sort of sustained pace to take on those ahead. That's not his game. And that doesn't mean that he won't take on his man on the outside. But if the option's there, I think you see him coming inside more than you see him going outside. And he has a hell of a left foot. You know, he has the ability to deliver a cross into the box after cutting on the inside. Or, as we saw with the numbers, he's more likely to shoot than he is to cross, to be honest with you. Now, for United, he could be used on the inside with a right back overlapping to hold the width, and I think it would look real well. And a lot of people are going to be going, Steve, he can't be as bad as Anthony when he comes in on the left foot. And ultimately, I think you're right. There was a clip doing the rounds on social media not so long ago which shown the sort of speed of decision-making and directness that Ahmad was showing. And it was paired up with a clip of Anthony, needing to beat someone 5 times before ultimately putting the ball in the back of the net. And I'm confused as to why we've not seen more of him, especially with the troubles Anthony's had and what's going on with Sancho and what's going on with Greenwood. A left-footed, right-sided player, whether he's a winger or not, again, it's up for debate, he's a right forward. He's someone that can play in that position. He might look a little bit more like Juan Mata in that position than he would Garnacho. But he's still an asset you could use in that sort of position. And in the current year, he seems to have hit a massive roadblock. He picked up an injury in pre-season which sidelined him into December. And despite being regarded as one of the club's most exciting talents, his playing time has been non-existent under Erik ten Hag, which has probably led to a significant drop in his market value. Despite the setbacks, Ahmad seems a player of immense potential. Yes, hindered by injuries. Yes, hindered by a loan spell that didn't go to plan. And he's, up against what is a pretty competitive United squad. And whether or not you think Anthony's just needs selling and that's the end of it, ultimately politics plays a part. And that's, one of the most expensive signings by our manager. Like it or not, he's going to get more chances than someone he didn't sign he's going to get. That's the nature of the politics of being a football manager. Ultimately, I think he's a gem. And I think with the right opportunities, he could still prove to be a valuable asset for Manchester United. Can he start and can he be our first choice right winger? I can't answer that. I mean, can you answer that? Can he answer that? But I think it's time he got some opportunities. With the injury now to Højlund, United are going to have to figure out what they're going to do with that forward line. Would you trust Anthony? Or would you trust Ahmad? Is Ahmad match fit enough to be risked as a starter? Can we justify giving him 20 minutes? We need to see what this kid can do. Because when we have seen him played regularly, let me ask you this. Would Anthony get 13 goals in the Championship? That alone should warrant a start. Or at least 20 minutes. Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.